The recent CFA exam results prove that the February 2023 Level 1 candidates were the smartest group of CFA test takers ever. I'm exaggerating here, but I want to say congratulations to anyone who got a pass result on the recent CFA Level 1 exam. Seriously, there is something to be said here about the numbers that we just saw posted yesterday. The pass rate went up just a little bit to match the highs from 2021, so at least we are level, and maybe you could argue slightly improving as of late. The big difference is that we saw the minimum passing score estimate rise, meaning you probably had to answer a higher percentage of questions correctly on the February 2023 Level 1 exam to pass it. And even with that, the pass rate was higher. That's the exact opposite of the trend that we've seen over the last 2 years for just about every single sitting of any CFA exam, which is that each time that the minimum passing score estimates have increased, the overall pass rate has been lower. And each time that the minimum passing score estimates have gone down, you'll see the pass rate higher for that sitting. It just makes sense. If less questions have to be answered correctly, more people end up clearing it. I'm sure that the CFA Institute is pleasantly surprised to see that even though they set the standard, or probably set the standard a little bit higher in terms of a percentage, more people were able to clear the exam than in the last couple of Level 1 sittings. So the CFA exams are not doomed. They are not impossible, people are passing them. Applying some basic logic to this then means that one of two scenarios have to be true. Number one, we're just gonna not talk about, it's probably not likely, and that would be that the test writers wrote easier questions on the February 2023 sitting, such that the standard setters said, well, these questions are sort of easy, you're gonna have to answer at least a slightly higher portion of them correctly, but they didn't quite set that standard high enough, so still a higher percentage of people were able to pass. Without a doubt, what happened last month for the Level 1 sitting was scenario 2, which is that the candidate pool, the people who actually sat to take this test, were the most prepared and the most qualified and smartest Level 1 exam candidates we've had in definitely the last 2 years. You could also argue over the last decade, just because the minimum passing score is still above that period of time's average minimum passing score. So we're gonna go with option number 2. I really do think that's potentially more likely just because people have known the level of difficulty that others have had in clearing Level 1 over the past 18 to 24 months. I would imagine that if we generalize, the average candidate may have prepared slightly better than as of late, seeing those numbers, than, so let's say, the candidates of the pandemic may have. And let's not forget, the premier source for CFA information that has been constantly encouraging people to study for more than 300 hours is blowing up in popularity. That's right, folks. This channel, now above 22 or maybe it's 24,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, click the button, please be the next one. I've been encouraging folks to study more and put in more effort and take more practice questions and more mock exams than what I imagine the average candidate actually does. So I'm joking about the popularity of this channel, but seriously, people seem to be studying better, and that's a good thing for the industry as a whole. More people will be able to become CFA charter holders, more people will become educated to a higher standard, the gold standard in the investment field. I want to reiterate then the congratulations to anyone who did pass this test. You had to clear a higher estimated minimum passing score, and it looks like a slightly better portion of you actually pulled that off. This is positive for the Institute, positive for test prep providers. In general, I like the trend. With the positivity that existed for 38% of candidates also means that 62% of candidates didn't get that same result. So if you're someone who did not pass the recent Level 1 exam, you have a couple of options. First and foremost, I feel for you. I know that the amount of time for a lot of people put into studying for these exams is huge, so it's never gonna feel good. But moving forward, you are going to be able to make a couple of adjustments to your preparation process to give yourself a better chance of passing in the future. That almost always is going to include studying a bit more, doing some more practice questions, doing more mock exams, and then if you didn't do what I've called the secret to passing any of the CFA exams, which is memorizing formulas in a specific way, you should certainly check out my videos on that topic in the past. It can definitely help your chances of clearing it the next time. If you actually did put in what you can literally and honestly tell yourself was 100% effort and you didn't pass the exam, or let's say you didn't even come really close, maybe you were less than band 5 or somewhere around there, then there's a probability that the CFA program isn't quite right for you, and you might want to consider that as well. But in my opinion, most people who did decide to take this are people who will want to be serious about it and probably can do something to improve their chances. So I'll just encourage you, send me a message, send me an email if you want to share your story and tell me a little bit about where you're at. Think about it. Maybe not right now, but in the next week or couple of weeks, think about how you want to handle this moving forward. It is kind of nice that they let you take the exams more often now. Just saying. I don't have too much more to say on the topic. This will be a quick video. Like it if you are always interested in the CFA exam results, types of videos I post on this channel. Drop some comments down below what you think about the recent higher estimated minimum passing score, but still higher pass rate, or at least tying the high from 2021. And as always, thanks for watching.